Japan. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how I got my Japan visa approved for a client. Yes, Japan, it's not so difficult to visit Japan. And I mean the Japan as a Nigerian or as an African. I'm going to be showing you how you can get your Japan visa approved seamlessly, no denials. Your Japan visa is just one step away after watching this video. So if I were you, I would not skip this video for anything.
Today I am going to tell you exactly how we turn that rejection into an approved Japan multiple entry tourist visa. Yes, multiple entry. Not just a single entry, not just a double, a multiple entry visa that allows her to go back to Japan as many times as she wants. And by the end of this video you are going to know exactly how to do the same thing for yourself. If you have been rejected before, if you are scared to apply, or if you did not even know a Japan multiple entry visa was possible for Nigerians, this video was made for you. Stay with me. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Praise, and I run Social and Travels, a travel company that helps Nigerians plan and execute trips all over the world. From visa applications to full itineraries, accommodation, and everything in between. And Japan is honestly one of my favorite destinations to help clients with, because when it works, it is absolutely life-changing. But when it is done wrong, it can be a very expensive and discouraging experience. I end this video. I am going to take you through my client's full journey, from her first rejection to her approved multiple entry visa. I will explain what went wrong the first time, exactly what we changed, the complete document checklist we used, how we approached the multiple entry application specifically, the fees involved, and what you need to know before you go anywhere near that application form. Let's go. So let me tell you about my client. She came to me a few months ago absolutely frustrated. She had always dreamed of going to Japan, the culture, the food, the cherry blossoms, all of it. She had been saving for over a year. She did her own research online, gathered what she thought were all the right documents, booked her appointment, and submitted everything herself. And then she got rejected. Now I am keeping her details private out of respect, but I want you to know that she is a professional Nigerian woman with a stable job and a decent bank account. She was not a risky applicant on paper. But the way her application was put together told a completely different story to the embassy. And that is what got her rejected. When she came to me and I reviewed her rejection letter and her original application, I immediately saw three major problems. And honestly, I see these same three problems in almost every rejected Japan visa application from Nigeria. So when I fixed them for her, and she got not just a single entry visa but a multiple entry visa, I knew I had to make this video. Because too many people are making the same mistakes and not knowing why. Japan Multiple Entry Tourist Visa allows you to visit Japan as many times as you want within the validity period, up to 30 days per visit. Most Nigerians do not even know this is an option available to them. Okay, so let us talk about what went wrong. Because understanding this is just as important as knowing what to do right. These are the three things I found when I reviewed her application. Problem 1, her bank statement told the wrong story. She had money in her account, but the activity was inconsistent. There were long quiet periods with little movement and then sudden large deposits. To the embassy, that does not look like financial stability, it looks like someone who borrowed money to look good for a visa application. The Japanese embassy wants to see regular, consistent income and spending activity over at least 3 to 6 months. Problem 2, her travel itinerary was too vague. She wrote that she wanted to visit Tokyo, Kyoto, and Osaka. That is it. No accommodation details per city, no daily plan, no logical flow between destinations. Japan is a country where the embassy expects you to show that you have genuinely researched and planned the trip. A 3-line itinerary for a 2-week trip is a red flag. It suggests you are not serious about tourism or you have other intentions. Problem 3, her cover letter was generic. It was the kind of letter that looked like it had been copied from a template online. It did not speak to her specifically, her reason for choosing Japan, her financial capacity, her ties to Nigeria, or why she would return. A visa officer reads hundreds of applications a week. A generic letter gets treated like a generic application, and generic applications do not get approved. If you are reading this and any of these 3 things sounds familiar from your own rejected application, do not panic. Every single one of these is fixable. And I am going to show you exactly how we fix them. When my client and I sat down to rebuild her application, the first thing I told her was, we are not rushing this. We are going to take the time to make every single document tell the same strong, consistent, honest story about who you are and why you deserve this visa. And that is exactly what we did. We waited an extra few weeks before reapplying so that her bank statement could show more consistent activity. We did not stuff money in and pull it out. We just let it breathe naturally and documented it properly. We then built a detailed, day-by-day itinerary for her Japan trip that included specific hotel names, specific neighborhoods, specific activities, and realistic travel times between cities. It showed the embassy that she had genuinely done her homework on Japan as a destination. And we completely rewrote her cover letter from scratch. Not a template, a personal, specific letter that spoke about why Japan mattered to her, how long she had been planning the trip, how she was funding it, what she does professionally in Nigeria, and what she was returning to after the trip. By the time we were done, that letter could only have been written by her. And that specificity is exactly what makes the difference. We also made a strategic decision to apply for the multiple entry visa instead of single entry, and I will explain exactly how and why we did that in just a moment. But first, let me walk you through the full document checklist so you know everything you need to prepare. Okay, let us go through every document you need. I am going to be specific because specificity is what gets visas approved. Valid Nigerian passport. Must be valid for at least 6 months beyond your intended stay in Japan and must have at least 2 blank pages. Check your passport right now before you do anything else. If it is expiring within the year, renew it first. 2. Completed visa application form. Available on the VFS Global Japan Nigeria portal. Fill it out carefully, completely, and honestly. Every answer must be consistent with what your other documents say. Do not rush this form. 3. Passport photographs. 1 recent photo affixed to the top right corner of your application form as specified. White background, clear face, no glasses. The Japanese embassy is very specific about photo requirements. Do not use a photo that does not meet their specifications. 4. Cover letter. As I said earlier, this must be personal, specific, and detailed. Explain who you are, why you want to visit Japan, your exact travel plan, how you are funding the trip, your employment or business details, and why you will return to Nigeria. Do not copy a template. Write it in your own words. 5. Detailed travel itinerary. Day by day, city by city. Include your flight details, hotel names and addresses for each city, planned activities, and realistic travel times between destinations. For Japan specifically, include the Shinkansen or bullet train routes if you are moving between cities. It shows you understand how travel in Japan works and that your plan is genuine. 6. Flight itinerary. A confirmed reservation showing your outbound and return flights including flight numbers, departure times, arrival times, and any transit stops. You do not need to have purchased the ticket yet, but the reservation must be verifiable. The Japanese embassy specifically requires that your itinerary includes your flight number, departure date and time from Nigeria, transit information if applicable, and arrival date and time in Japan. 7. Hotel reservations. Confirmed bookings for every night of your stay in Japan. The names and addresses must match your itinerary exactly. If you are moving between cities, Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka, you need accommodation proof for each city for the nights you are there. 8. Bank statements. At least 3 to 6 months of statements showing consistent income and spending activity. Sufficient funds to cover your entire stay, accommodation, food, transport, activities, and spending money. There is no fixed number, but the more comfortable and consistent your account looks, the stronger your application. Do not make large sudden deposits right before applying. 9. Employment certificate or business documents. If you are employed, get a letter from your employer on official company letterhead stating your name, position, salary, length of employment, approved leave dates, and a confirmation that you will return to your role after the trip. If you are self-employed or run a business like many of my clients, provide your CAC documents, business bank statements, and a letter on your company letterhead explaining your role and income. 10. Proof of ties to Nigeria. Property documents, utility bills in your name, family certificate, school enrollment, anything that proves you have strong roots in Nigeria and a compelling reason to return. This is one of the most underestimated documents in a Japan visa application, and it can make or break your case. 11. Proof of onward travel from Japan. Japan specifically requires this. It means your return flight or your flight to the next destination if Japan is not your last stop. This is part of their standard requirements and it is non-negotiable. Organize your documents in the exact order specified on the VFS Global Japan Nigeria checklist. Print everything clearly and neatly. Bring originals and one full set of photocopies to your appointment. Presentation signals seriousness. Okay, this is the part most people do not know about, and it is honestly the reason I wanted to make this video. Most Nigerians applying for Japan assume they can only get a single entry visa. But that is not true. Japan offers multiple entry tourist visas, and they are available to Nigerians. The question is, how do you qualify for one? A Japan multiple entry tourist visa allows you to visit Japan as many times as you want within the visa validity period. Each visit can be up to 30 days. The visa can be valid for 1 year or more depending on what the embassy grants you. So instead of applying every single time you want to go back, which costs money and time, a multiple entry visa lets you return freely within that window. To apply for a multiple entry visa, you need to demonstrate a genuine, recurring reason to visit Japan. For my client, she had a legitimate reason. She was planning multiple trips over the year and her itinerary reflected that. We built her application to show Japan as a destination she was investing in long-term, not just a one-off trip. We showed consistent financial capacity, a detailed purpose for each planned visit, and strong ties to Nigeria that made it clear she would always be returning home. The multiple entry visa is not guaranteed. The embassy decides what to grant based on your application. But if you apply specifically for it, present a strong case, and your documents support it, you have a real shot. Do not assume you can only get single entry. Ask for what you actually want. My client got her multiple entry visa approved on her second attempt after being rejected the first time with a single entry application. The difference was not just the visa type, it was the quality and consistency of the entire application we built together. From March 2025, Japan visa applications in Nigeria are processed exclusively through the Japan Visa Application Centers, the JVACs, operated by VFS Global. There are 2 locations, one in Abuja on Muhammadu Buhari Way in the Central Business District, and one in Lagos on Admiral Way in Lekki Phase 1. Both are open Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., with applications accepted from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. by online appointment only. You book your appointment through the VFS Global Japan Nigeria portal. For fees, the visa fee itself varies depending on your visa type and nationality, so check the current fee table on the VFS Global Japan Nigeria website before you go. On top of the embassy fee, there is a VFS service fee of 16,500 Nigerian nairas per application. If you are applying from Lagos, there is also a courier charge of 52,465 Nigerian nairas. All charges are paid by POS or cash on the day of your appointment. Note that the VFS service fee and courier charges are non-refundable regardless of the outcome of your application. Budget carefully before you apply. Between the embassy fee, VFS service fee, courier charge, and your document preparation costs, the total outlay can be significant. Do not submit until your application is as strong as it can possibly be, because none of this money comes back if you are rejected. Standard processing time is typically around 5 to 10 working days, though this can vary depending on the volume of applications and time of year. Apply well in advance of your travel date, at least 6 to 8 weeks out, so you are not in a stressful race against time while waiting for your passport to come back. Working through this application with my client reminded me why I do what I do. Because a visa rejection is not just a piece of paper, it is discouraging. It makes you feel like the world is telling you no. And when someone comes to me having been through that, my job is not just to fix the paperwork. It is to restore their confidence and say, you belong in this queue. Let us just tell your story the right way. Lesson 1. A rejection is information, not a verdict. Your rejection letter tells you exactly why you were refused. Use it. Read it carefully, address every point, and come back stronger. Do not give up after one rejection. Lesson 2. Your documents must tell one consistent story. Your bank statement, your cover letter, your itinerary, your employment letter, they all need to be saying the same thing about the same person with the same plan. Any inconsistency, even a small one, creates doubt. And doubt leads to rejection. Lesson 3. Japan specifically rewards preparation. Japan is a country that values detail, structure, and sincerity. Your visa application should reflect those same values. A sloppy, rushed application tells a Japanese embassy officer something about who you are as a traveler. A thorough, well-organized one tells them something completely different. Lesson 4. Do not be afraid to ask for more. My client did not think she could get a multiple entry visa. But she could, and she did. Know your options before you apply, and apply for what genuinely serves your travel goals. Do not undersell yourself. Lesson 5. Get professional help when you need it. There is no shame in asking for support. Visa applications are high-stakes documents. If you are not sure what you are doing, or if you have been rejected before, working with someone who knows this process can save you money, time, and a whole lot of stress. And I just want to take a moment to say, Japan is worth it. The cherry blossoms in spring in Kyoto. The neon lights and organized chaos of Tokyo at night. The fresh sushi at Tsukiji Market in the morning. The bullet train gliding through the countryside between cities. The temples, the tea houses, the people. There is nowhere else in the world quite like Japan. And as a Nigerian woman running a travel company, I want you to know that Japan is absolutely a destination that is within your reach. You just need to approach it with the right preparation and the right mindset. That is the full story, from rejection to an approved Japan multiple entry visa. I hope this video gave you clarity, confidence, and a clear plan of action. Whether you are applying for the first time or coming back after a rejection, you can do this. You just need to be intentional about it. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who has been dreaming about Japan. And subscribe if you are not already here. I post travel content, visa guides, and destination videos every week for Nigerians who love to explore the world. Now I have a question for you. Drop it in the comments. Have you ever applied for a Japan visa? Were you approved or rejected? Let me know your experience. I read every single comment and I will reply. And if you need help with your own Japan visa application or your full travel plan, reach out to Social and Travels. The link is in the description. I would love to help you get to Japan. See you in the next video.